Hello, it's Brian Whitten here. ET Art is making another video, as you can see. Today we're going to discuss the solar system, and as we are taught, it is as I display it here, or as it's displayed on this diagram. I chose this diagram because I want you to take note of where the asteroid belt is here, beyond Mars and before Jupiter, and also note that Saturn itself does have a ring around Saturn, or the rings around Saturn, which we all know are in actual fact boulders and ice and chunks of all sorts of different things. So there would be, and appears to be, a possibility of a past planet that's sitting between Mars and Jupiter. There is talk of such things in ancient Sumerian texts. If you've been watching the channel to this point, and any of the other videos on my old channel, you will know that what we've actually been discussing is comet impacts and the tilting of the globe and such things, and what is in actual fact the cause. So the belief is, I'll just insert an image now. I know this image is not great, but seriously, it's in the shade of a rock, and it's difficult to obtain. That image that you're looking at, and also this image here that I insert of the aerial view, say, of that site in Peru called Sacsayhuaman. I don't know how to say that. I'll be honest with it, with a name like that I feel like going there. But that's another story. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it correctly. But yeah, like, that is another story. Listen, what I wanted to do, I wanted to discuss with you something of the pyramid layout. Now, you'll just have to excuse that image. I know it does look a bit poor, but I actually wanted to have paintbrush open while I could move this line. I'm going to insert a line now from where it tells me I'm supposed to insert it, because there are markers down here to and like things that center on these, the Pyramid of Queens at the bottom here. Now I want to draw that up, and this is where, if you watch the other one where I said Nibiru is real, we are tracking Nibiru here, and I said that to you, and I said possibly one pass, possibly two. That is in actual fact the case. I don't think this is actually tracking the other body. This is two. This is one when the axis was straight, and then it was getting crooked for a couple of 100 years as it was leaving, and then that's the second pass there with a tilt of 24 degrees, which is why that is like that. Okay, now I'm just going to zoom in just for a second, okay, so you can see it easier. Now I've just zoomed in a little, and I'll move the line again now, and just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. When we rotate this, right, so in other words, this is the tracking of Nibiru in like this, and then this is where the comets hit here, and then this is tracking it back out again, and then this is the second track. And you may think, well, hang on a minute, we're looking south, which is what we're doing. We're looking dead south at this, and how are we tracking this? How can we be tracking something down there and see its entire path when we're standing where we are in the Nile Delta? How can you see that? What are you seeing? Because the pyramid will be right, okay? The pyramid here is built within half an inch of square on 14 acres. It's going to be correct, okay? And you've got to say to yourself, how can you see that? The only way you can see that and what you're tracking is Nibiru, but Nibiru, and this isn't wrong. This is tracking Nibiru. So, and when it comes in, we are watching it. We are watching the body that brings these comets into our solar system and disturbs it every 3,600 years. We are seeing it tracked here, and this will not be wrong. And for this to be correct, well, our solar system and what we're taught is incorrect, even from a point of view of a mythical thing, because a mythical a mythical thing, we would be tracking something near the sun, or tracking something near a setting sun. We are not tracking there. And why are we not tracking there? Because our solar system looks a bit different than what we think. And even the mythical manner in which Nibiru travels through our solar system, even the mythical manner it does it, is incorrect. I'll show you how our solar system actually looks. And for the sake of yet another pathetically drawn diagram, I'm sure you get the gist. Okay, the only way that you can track Nibiru at the pyramid and see it leave a track like it does where we were standing is when Nibiru comes into our solar system like this. And it's either going to be this one or Saturn. I've put it around Jupiter. Okay, I've put an elliptical orbit because that's the way it travels. It comes in and scoots around the top of it. It may be that when it was cast off from the sun, from whatever reason, in the development of our solar system, in it getting cast away, it got cast away far enough to be captured by one of our outer planets. So in actual fact, what we're seeing here is the red planet Nibiru coming into our solar system, coming up like this and down, which is why you get that look on the ground. You are looking at night time at Jupiter and or Saturn, but I would, like I said, suspect Jupiter with the black planet. And like I said, I'll show you one other thing I wanted to show you in respect to the last video on the aerial site from Saxo, Oman. I'm going to touch on something now that we discussed in the last video, so if you haven't seen that, I suggest you go back, but I'm going to just move down here a little and note that when we discuss what this did here, we discussed that this tracked two objects into our solar system, that is these walls here, and not for that long, I would expect. At that point, these three, as I indicated on the rock, we get three items that we then get tracked all the way through here, and I told you that that was the case. What I want you to note here is this side here, where we track this item, this has got a pyramid. If we look at the pyramid complex itself, each and every manner in which it is set up, that's in actual fact exactly what the situation is. We have got a pyramid that's in our pyramid complex is Earth. That's where we live. Okay, so remember, and this has tracked these two bodies. I'll show them again. I know it's not a great image, but like I said, if you've got the lights on in your lounge room and you're on the telly, turn them off and you'll see it. The way they make that grey planet, and it's amazing. Some of the imagery and the way they do it, I'm still actually working on that. To be working these out is actually, to be honest, a hell of a lot more easier than working the rocks out, because the rocks are very tricky. There's some tricky stuff there, you know. The only reason I wanted to show you that was to be aware that that's the case. They're telling us in this image here, we live on that grey planet, or, as I thought that was the case, they may not. Because I'm saying, well, hang on a minute. If you live on that black planet, and you have exhibited the ability to manipulate our planet to the point you have, it's pretty hard to believe that you've got the ability to go wherever you want and do whatever you want and build and modify planets to the degree you do, and you're going to live on a black planet going around that one. I don't know, that doesn't sound right to me. I would tend to think that that's probably a warning that that black planet there is maybe not necessarily their home, but it may be the home of others, you know. I don't, maybe that's where, like I said, I won't sound stupid, but maybe that's where they take them when they take them away, because they're, you know, they've got these rocks at our feet for a reason, and they're in their billions. You know, that's how we've got to where we are here. But that's what we've found out today, because the only way that the pyramid can display this. And back to here, and like I said, there is the only way that the body or in space that can be tracked like that has to be tracked at night, and it has to be rotating around a body that is an outer planet. And like I said, I've selected Jupiter in my magnificent diagram only because I know it's such a big body and that but it may not be the case. So I'll leave that with the planetary scientists to work out, but I thought you'd appreciate that because in actual fact that's actually correct. Have a nice day. That's Brian Whitten, and I made you a short video for a change. Isn't that good? And like I said, Brian Whitten and ETR signing off. I hope you appreciate this shorter video. Thanks again. Bye bye.